Lately, I found myself watching more and more of those nature documentaries, the ones that are narrated by the soothing tones of Sir David Attenborough, that talk about the trees, the animals, the environment, the climate, and how they all work together in harmony. But now I think I see the ecosystem for what it really is, a series of relationships that rely on one another to each do their part for the survival of all. It's not survival of the fittest, it's survival, full stop, for one and all, great and small. The animal kingdom follows cues from their surroundings. They make adjustments to look after themselves and one another in the process. Their objective is not only to stay alive, but to thrive together. Every pack, every school, every flock, and every hive. We have bees. Yes, buzz, black and yellow bees. There are thousands of them living their best lives in a wooden hive in my backyard. And when my husband first said he wanted to get urban bees, I thought it was a phase, that he'd soon lose interest. Yet here we are 3 years later, and I live with pests. But I have a confession. I love them so much, and I've been pretty invested in their well-being. And you know what? I suppose that's what humanity is supposed to be, being invested in the well-being of others. And philanthropy, well, that's just the act of investing in the well-being of others. It's humanity in action. You see, the bees will never know that I refill their water tray or the joy it's brought me to watch them fly around on a sunny day. While they might survive on their own, they have better opportunities in the home that we have provided. In return, they may give us a little honey, but the real reward is knowing there are bees to keep going, to keep pollinating, to keep growing. Now, we can't house all the bees, but we know it makes a difference for a few thousand that are living in the little greenhouse we've provided. It reminds me of the parable of the starfish. If you've heard it, bear with me. There's a man jogging along the beach one night as the tide is going out. After one wave, he sees all these starfish washed up on the sand for miles as the water gets farther and farther away from them. He runs up to one starfish, picks it up, and throws it back in the ocean. Then runs to the next one, throws it in, and the next, and the next. While another man on the beach is watching this and seeing the miles of beach ahead says, "Hey, you'll never get to all of them. It won't make a difference." The first man runs to the next starfish, picks it up, throws it in the ocean, and says, "Well, it made a difference to that one." That's the power of humanity in action. And while the story ends there, I'd like to think that the man watching actually got up and joined the first man in saving as many starfish as possible, because that's how philanthropy gains traction. Today, we live in a world that has the greatest potential for connection, yet so many people live in isolation and loneliness. Today, we have many opportunities to seek support and ask for help, yet there is so much fear and shame. Today, we have so many ways to help our communities, our global neighbors, and our planet, but we put it on a to-do list that rarely ever gets done. Why do we wait, procrastinate, or hesitate when we know one person's suffering could one day be our own fate? Why don't we give like it means more than the rainy days we're saving for? Luckily, some of us do. You do. So as we celebrate you on National Philanthropy Day, we are not simply celebrating what you have given. We rejoice in the strength of the human spirit to look after one another and know that you will be looked after in return. You are leading the way to a world made of love, kindness, and compassion. Your generosity may not be fashionable, but because of you, it will always be in fashion. We celebrate what you have set in motion and every starfish that your generosity has been put back in the ocean.